Hello, I hope you're doing well. Today, we're extremely delighted to sit down with Rwanda's new State Minister of Sports, Rwego Ngarambe. We're going to discuss a couple of topics ranging from sports and a couple of different topics. So now, without further ado, allow me to warmly welcome Honorable Ngarambe. Hi, Minister.
Hi, Davis.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Allow me to thank you for taking time to talk to us.
Thank you also for having me.
I hope it's not too late to still congratulate you on your appointment as the State Minister of Sports.
Well, thank you so much. It's never too late. And it's never too late for praying for us so that we may be able to accomplish this mission the right way possible.
Right. How has it been so far?
It's been great. I was lucky or blessed that I'm in a ministry that I used to work in either way. So it's a continuation and an opportunity to make things much better.
I would like us to first talk about, you tell us, what is the potential of sports in Rwanda and Africa at large?
I always highlight the fact that in the aftermath of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsis, one of the major events that took place in this country was a football match. That shows the power of sports from taking a country from the shades, from the darkness, to a much brighter future, to a much lighter pathway where people can get along and start to build life together, start to get on their journey of heading somewhere much greater. So sports in Rwanda, sports in Africa has been doing that for so many decades. You've heard of Didier Drogba's story in Ivory Coast. Even if we go much farther in Brazil, you know what Pelé was able to do through football. We've heard of other cases where football ignited wars, but sports, because of its power, it brings people together. So its potential in this country, where we've made it a culture, is tremendous. In every corner of sports, starting from athletes, technical personnel associated with athletes and sports, and the whole ecosystem gravitating towards sports is full of potentials that we have yet to tap into. But as a country, as Rwanda, we are ready to unlock all those opportunities for people to, see the potential and benefit from the great things that can come out of sports.
Amazing. You just hinted about Didier Drogba's from Ivory Coast and these other African international players that have shown around the world. What are the strategies that are being put in place to make sports an economically viable sector? And how is this being implemented?
Well, when you look at, starting from an angle of sports development, for example, you have talent development, you have having a capable technical personnel, ranging from coaches and no other people associated with that. And you have infrastructure, you also have to bring in an industry, you have to build a sports industry that is backed up by data, by science, so that we head in the right directions, so that we are able to channel resources the right way possible. So the economic viability of our sports industry will depend on those four pillars. How much are we investing in talent development, in nurturing them, in giving them what's necessary from the grassroots level up to when they can be eligible to get into the elite market or the professional market? How are we investing in their coaching? How are we investing in their nutrition? How are we investing in physiotherapy? How are we investing in every small layer associated with building elite athletes? This also brings another component of the infrastructure around sports and all those other sectors that are needed to boost sports as an industry. So the potentials are enormous, and they're just there to be tapped into. And this is the strategy that Rwanda is using right now, is to open doors for investors in these fields. People have started. They've started nurturing talents. They've started bringing in new technologies to help athletes, to help coaches, to help clubs and federations grow and target for much greater achievements.
Minister, I'd like us to talk about with examples that people will understand. Much as we talk about the plans, the strategies that are in place, the investment, I would love to give us the context of Rwanda, the context of people, what people really understand. Yeah, and recently the Ministry of Sports introduced Isonga program, where the plan is to nurture talent in schools. Tell us, how is this going to be achieved, and what are the projects like this one that are in the pipeline?
Isonga is inspired by what Rwanda has been able to achieve back in the days, back in 2009 to 2011, when the under-17 national team was able to be qualified for the World Cup, the FIFA World Cup for the under-17s. So we wanted to make it much inclusive and more intentional about which sports disciplines are we going to develop. Isonga today is intended to be the flagship youth development.
Isonga is like a projection,
exactly,
of what Rwanda achieved that it still has to achieve.
Absolutely, because we've reached some potential back in the days. We went to the World Cup, but then what? There has to be a continuity. So now in Isonga, dealing with schools, because schools in a country like ours remain the ideal platform where you need to develop talents, but also give them that opportunity to keep on, working on their academics. So we have the 6 disciplines: football, volleyball, basketball, handball, athletics, and cycling. Mm-hmm. And we intend to nurture those talents to make them elite professionals. We intend to have Isonga being that bridge from grassroots to professional careers. Some sports have started to benefit from this Isonga program. Like in handball, they've been able to recruit players that participate in the recent under-18 zonos in Ethiopia. So we still have a long way to go. We still have standards to upgrade when it comes to infrastructure, to equipment, to the quality of coaching. But our aim is to really make it a strong foundation of sports development in the country. We have other people, other initiatives in the pipeline. I can tell you about tennis. I can tell you about some martial arts programs that are being conducted in schools. They've been fully established and started to show fruits of what they're doing. But the potential is enormous.
Amazing. Recently, the Ministry of Sports hinted about the partnership with FIFA to build 10 sports facilities in different places. Can you tell us where these facilities will be established, and what are their capabilities, the capacity, and also the timeline for completion?
Yeah, the program is part of the ongoing program of FIFA for School. It was communicated in July last year that there will be close to 1,000 football pitches built around the world. In Africa, you have 4 countries, and Rwanda being one of them. We have 10 pitches built in this first phase. So they will be built in schools, as the program is mainly meant for schools. So they will be built in 10 schools. Some are in Isonga, others are in just other schools that have shown a keen interest in football development. So we hope, if all goes well, after having met all the requirements, that by June these courts should be ready for use.
Rwanda has gained recognition to host high-level sport events. Do you have any particular sports event that you would really want to host?
Well, that's a great one. But it's a great one. Why not the Olympics?
The Olympics?
Not the Olympics, since that's one of the biggest sports events in the world that brings like the whole world attention to one area. So If you ask me what I dream of, I mean, seeing Rwanda hosting, I would say the Olympics. But as Rwanda keeps on aiming to becoming the sports hub of Africa and the world, anything that we are capable of hosting, we've shown the potential, we've shown the capabilities of hosting different events, from basketball events, football events. This year we are hosting the World Championship in cycling. Any event that we can get our hands on, I think we have what it takes to aim for that and make it successful.
Amazing. You know, to me, I've heard people being amazed with some kind of events that have been hosted in Rwanda. Have you ever been amazed by like Rwanda putting off something and then you're like, I didn't see this happening, I didn't see this coming, and you're like, we really had this capacity to do this? Are there some of the events that have, you know, made you astonished by the way Rwanda has pulled them off?
I have to admit that it's tough to be humble enough sometimes to say, okay, let me take a step back and look at what we have done, and maybe it comes with a certain amount of being a bit hard on ourselves or being ambitious, because we know what else we can achieve. We know the potential lying ahead. So we tend not to dwell on the past or what has been achieved, but also to comment on that, when you see the fruits of events hosted here, when you see how many businesses have grown from hosted events in Rwanda, when you see the interest of young athletes into different sports disciplines, in cycling, in football, in volleyball, in basketball, when you see people starting to have a different view. Sports is not just leisure. It's a business platform. It's a vehicle for different sets of values that, you know, can help a country go from a developing country to where we are targeting to be in 2035, 2050, a developed country. When you see that, maybe you are like, okay, I can see that what we are doing is beyond even sports. It's what you see sports doing beyond its usual ecosystem. That's where you get to appreciate what Rwanda is doing, but also it keeps on challenging us to tap into other things that we can do and really be established as a giant in the world of sports.
That's incredible. Now let's talk about the performance of local teams and national clubs. Looking at how they've been faring in the recent couple of years, have we recognized or spotted our top priority sports disciplines in the country, and what can we do that we can not just compete for the sake of competing, but compete for the sake of winning?
Thank you. You've touched on an important component of that whole thing. Let's not compete for the sake of competing, and let's be able to say this particular sports discipline is a priority because of how much success they're bringing to the country, because of how far they can go when it comes to international competitions, because of how they take Rwanda to the world scene, how many gold medals they bring home, how many grassroots development that they have that ensure there is a continuity, there is a continuous production of talents, if I may say. So it's a challenge for us as a Ministry of Sports, as anyone in the sports industry, clubs, federations. I think the one who will be a priority is the one who will be able to keep on producing talents that can be exported to other markets, is the one that will go to represent the country and bring back trophies and gold medals, is the one that will be able to stay consistent in how they're established, how they're governed, how they're open for business, how they're making it easier for investors to come and help this industry grow. it's one of the industries in the country that is kind of still behind, but that has enormous potential. So I think the one who wants to be a priority will be the one that is open to make all those things happen for the greater good of the country.
That's super great, but I'd like to ask you this question. Where do you see Rwanda in the next, let's say, 20 years? 20 years, but in the context of sports. We have Rwanda, we have the progress recorded in the last 30 years. Now let's say, where do you see Rwanda in the next 20 years?
I see a country where athletes are thriving, are winning the international level. They're in major leagues all over the world. They're in football leagues, in basketball leagues. I see Rwanda being a country where local leagues are able to have elite talents playing locally, are able to be leagues that are producing money, that are attracting TV broadcasters, that are attracting big brands. I see us really becoming that hub of sports that is like a machine that produces wealth, that produces great talent. And I also want to believe, and I hope we'll make it happen. I want us to be a sports industry that is built on integrity. Integrity in terms of let's not hear about doping, let's not hear about cheating, let's not hear about all those things that come and hinder the greatness of what sports can be. So in 20 years from now, I see a sports industry that is really a pillar of the greatness that Rwanda is going to achieve. When we say that Rwanda is going to be a developed country in 2050, sports is among the things that will make it happen. Sports is among the major pillars of Rwanda getting to that level.
That's amazing. Allow me to ask you, how far are we from getting a company to manage Amahoro Stadium, and why has it also taken so long?
To assure you, it's soon, in the near future. You may hear announcements about it. I won't be able to mention who, but it's coming. It's happening soon. It's taken the time it required because of all the requirements around, ensuring that the facility as big as this one, in which the country invested so much, is well maintained, is well managed, and is able to make returns. So in the near future, it won't take longer than what it took. That I can assure you.
So this year we're hosting the World Cycling Championship 2025. How prepared are we to host it, and how do you rate the chance of our riders?
Rwanda has put all efforts into making this event and these competitions become very successful. We are on the right track. Public entities, private entities, both local and international experts are on board to make this a success. So I can say that we are on good track, but also we don't miss an opportunity to make things better here and there. But generally, we are very ready, and we welcome the world to Kigali in September, even before, for those who can come and enjoy the beauty of Rwanda and see the other opportunities they can tap into. We also call upon businesses, private investors, anyone who's willing to be associated with this great achievement, this great event that is taking place on the continent for the first time in the history of World Cycling Championships. So yeah, we are very ready, and we also look at the future after this, the legacy of hosting this event. And that's where we welcome everybody to still be associated with us, because it's from this event to much greater heights. And coming on the question of Team Rwanda, they are ready. They will compete as anyone. They're getting shape. They're getting competitions to get them, in shape. In all the categories, they'll be competing in the championships, both men and women, seniors and juniors. But it's also even more exciting because of what comes after. As a country that will have hosted the World Championships, all eyes will be on us after the championships. So we're also thinking ahead and preparing them for what's next. So they are ready to compete, to give their best. That's what they always do. We are behind them, we are with them, and we are ready to still push them or accompany them to what comes after the World Championships.
That's true. Are we using the same routes? Are we having new roads that will be unveiled once the time has come? And what can you tell the people that will be coming to Rwanda? What else is there beyond sports?
Can I, by the way, invite you for us to try the circuit whenever you're ready? Let's try it and show it to the people. Let's go through it together, and much better we can use bikes, you know, to feel what the others will be feeling. But yeah, the roads have been set, and you'll be able to see a part of it during the upcoming Tour du Rwanda. This year's edition will feature some of those circuits that have been set for the World Championships. The experts in the cycling industry are saying that the circuit in Kigali is going to be one of the hardest for even for professionals. So
is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing?
I think it's a good thing. Let's explore. If we want to be great, let's then measure ourselves to, you know, what is really challenging, not in a bad way. It's just getting the best out of us. So
the winner will be the best.
Absolutely, and Rwanda is giving them an opportunity to show really how great they are.
I know.
And who knows, maybe we'll see new stars, you know, getting born out of this event.
Amazing. I mean, we're coming to an end of this interview. What message can you give to young sport fans in Rwanda, sports talents that are still coming up, you know, people who still have faith in sports, faith in Rwanda's sports career? Yeah, what message can you give them?
Our sports industry will grow because of them. Will grow because of that faith they still have in real sports. A sports that is not rigged, a sports that is not biased by really unprofessional conducts that we've been seeing. So my message is simple: keep loving what you do, keep putting in efforts to be the best you can be. Today you are laying the foundation. I mean, there was a foundation laid for you in the past by those who came and ensured that we have infrastructure, we have a country in which you can really nurture talent and keep growing. So as we move forward, generation after generation, let's keep on bringing the standards way up. I always tell athletes that it's by them holding themselves to higher standards that the rest of the ecosystem will be able to see, okay, we cannot joke around this. If you're an athlete and you conduct yourself, for example, like Kobe Bryant, you're a basketball player who conducts himself or herself like Kobe Bryant, everybody in the sports industry will raise their standards. The business people in the sports industry will raise their standards. The government will raise their standards. Everybody. Let's be an athlete-oriented sports industry, because that's the only way we can make this more successful.
Minister, allow me to thank you so much for taking time to talk to the New Times. We really, really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much, and keep doing what you do. Keep on informing the nation, and I know that you have a great outreach. So keep doing what you do, and all the best.
You read the New Times?
Of course, to stay informed. Information is key.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, and we'll obviously meet in the near future, or if your schedule allows, we'll go through the circuits.
Absolutely.
And yeah, allow me to thank you one more time.
Thank you to you.